We'll take the opening chant, then we'll proceed with the Gita. Om Partaya Pratibodhita Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Kratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitaamritavarshini Bhagavati Ashtadashadyayini Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini. Om, O Bhagavad Gita, it was through thy help that Narayana, the Lord himself, brought enlightenment to Arjuna. Afterwards, Vyasa, a sage of ancient times, incorporated thee in the Mahabharata. O goddess, through thy 18 chapters, thou showerest the immortal nectar of the wisdom of non-duality and destroyest man's rebirth in this mortal world. O Mother, as we meditate on thee. Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter. We are on verse 5. I'll read the translation first. The practice of sacrifice, charity, and austerity is not to be abandoned. It is surely to be undertaken. Sacrifice, charity, and austerity are verily the purifiers of the wise. Yajna dana tapak karma natyajam karyameva tat yajno danam tapaschaiva pavanani manishina. To recap a little of the discussion that Arjuna had brought up, and the Lord had spoken about sacrifices, charity, and austerity. And we had discussed it at length in the previous class. Just to recap a bit, sacrifice. In every religion, this has been the central theme. Without sacrifice, there is no religion. And not only religion. Now, religion was supposed to be, oh, this is religion and this is my life. Sometimes I go there, but that does not come here in my life. Nah, that was never the case. Life was supposed to be a religious life. But what about enjoyment? Yeah, there's plenty of enjoyment. So much to enjoy. But it's a higher form of enjoyment. And they do not denigrate. The religion never denigrated the idea of enjoyment. Well, there's color, there's sound, there's taste, and we heard just beautiful sax and Well, you're not going to say, hey, stop that. That's irreligious. No. So life was supposed to be a proper life, that is, a religious life, not a life that compartmentalizes religion. And that has been the problem with all religious traditions, having a separate time and space for sacrifices. No. So symbolically, sacrifices were designated as, the fire sacrifice. In the old days, we would pour oblations into the fire, sacrificial fire. And then the gods would be pleased, and then the gods they will shower their blessings on you. Yeah, that's the idea. But now, symbolism aside, your entire actions, your thoughts, words, and deeds have to be sacrificial. Because without sacrifice, you can't live. Either you sacrificing or someone else is sacrificing for you. And not only that, it's not confined to those whom I know and love, they are sacrificing so much. There are people unknown to you, even on the other side of the globe. They are doing those sacrifices which you are being enlivened. And we had discussed it, that it's not only life should be sacrificial, but the entire creation has arisen from sacrifice. In the primeval Purusha, that is the being, that being, we see this universe, this creation. It's nice, yeah. It's beautiful. But we really don't understand that it entails a lot of sacrifice. The continuous sacrifice. Who's doing that sacrifices? We all are. Because we are trying to replicate in our own lives the eternal sacrifice that is being undertaken by God. It's not a joke to create this universe. It's not a joke to keep everybody and everything in its proper place, in a workable condition. It takes a lot of sacrifice, a lot of work. So what is God doing? Can't he see me, or can't she see me? What? I'm so miserable. God is busy now. He's sacrificing for you there. So the idea that God is just sitting down doing nothing, that has to be taken off from your minds. That God is distant has also to be taken off from your mind. It's here and now. This is the eternal sacrifice that is going on. The Purusha Sukta, the hymn of the great person, starts with this idea that God created everything out of the sacrifice. He sacrificed himself. So this universe is his sacrifice. Now go and enjoy yourself. Go. Once you understand the implications, once you understand the profundity of this creation, you are not going to let me do my dance and let me do my songs. You can dance and you can sing for others. Then it's okay. So this is the great mystery. This universe is born through sacrifice, is sustained through sacrifice, and finally merges in sacrifice. goes back. So this is the great sacrifice that's going on in our lives, because that's the plan of the universe. You've got to sync with that plan. I don't want to do that. You have no choice. Millions of us have come and gone. I don't want to sacrifice. See what happens. You are forced to sacrifice your time, your energy, your peace of mind, your this, your that, whatever. You're good and even you're bad. Sacrifice in the past has been the law, and it will be so for ages to come. This is the law. Swami Vivekananda says, sacrifice. If you see, I said every religion, and I'm not talking about institutional religion only. All religions, whether they are animistic, primitive, they also had the idea of offering something to the deity, or to the spirits, or to the ghost, or to something else. They understood the higher power here involved. That's guiding my life. And those who take up a spiritual life will always find that there is a higher power which we can invoke, cultivate through sacrifice. Whether you call it puja, whether you call it mass, or whether you call it namaz, whether you call it anything, you are taking time out and trying to be in sync with this universe. Yes. So do we need to confine our sacrifices only to that place, a sacred? No. Your life has to be a sacrifice. Swami Vivekananda says, they only live who live for others. The rest are more dead than alive. So this is, you want life, you want feeling happy, you want happiness, go and sacrifice. Oh, what a boring religious doctrine. It's not a religion, it's a doctrine of this creation, of life, of existence itself. And it's not boring. You're in it or you're out of it. And those who can be one with this existence, one with this sacrifice, they alone are uplifted. So that was in brief the idea of sacrifice. You all sacrificing, you all have come here, giving up Netflix, giving up this, giving up that, giving up sitting down under the quilt. It's a rainy day. Oh, art. That's So is this in vain? No sacrifice ever goes in vain. Especially if it is done as a sacrifice without any idea of results. We'll come down to this where he does speak about it. So why should you sacrifice? Well, that's part of nature, part of existence. And as you and me and everyone else is a part of existence, it will be in our very bones and in our very cells. You will have to sacrifice. Swami Vivekananda says, we come with clenched fist to grab, and nature puts her hands on our throat and makes us open our hands. At one point of time, you come and grab, see how much you can grab. Then comes the time when you have to release it, open it. You'll be forced. And when you're forced to do that, then it's very painful. When you do it willingly, voluntarily, that's a better way. That's the way to happiness. So this sacrifice is what is the very foundation of this universe, of all existence, of all life. So yajna, as we had discussed this in one of our Friday classes, who is the observer of the sacrifice? You are sacrificing. There's no one, there's no observer, there's no one to keep track of things, and I've done so many things. Everything is being kept track of. And the Lord says, I am the Lord of sacrifices in each body. Lord as Vishnu. So Vishnu, another name for Vishnu is that which is all pervading. Not only is the Lord called the Lord of sacrifice, Vishnu is also called sacrifice. Yajno vai Vishnu. Yajna means Vishnu. Now Vishnu is not, we had discussed it, it is that all pervading reality. And to the answer of Arjuna's question, who is the Lord of sacrifices? I am the Lord of sacrifices. Krishna says, dwelling in all bodies. So there is an entity who is called sacrifice, who is also the Lord of sacrifices and who keeps track of all the sacrifices that he. Where? Within us. So as you keep on sacrificing, you know that this is not in vain. You're invoking the Lord. There are some people who don't pray and all. What is the mumbling, mumbo jumbo? And you find some people, they're chanting. And I was saying, do you know the meaning of those words? No, but the mantras have power, all right, keep on chanting. But, so you are doing it for somebody else, you keep on doing. The idea is, even you don't even have to pray, you don't have to chant, you don't have to do anything. If every moment of your life is dictated by the idea of sacrifice, that itself is a prayer. That itself is a worship. And we can see that such lives are elevated. The person may not go to church or a temple or a mosque or a synagogue or to a Buddhist temple, but that person is unselfish. That person is much closer to God than that person who goes and rings the bell. Especially in India, you'll find the huge temples and has got these huge bells. Not sometimes one or two, sometimes hundreds of bells. And people go and they take the clapper and bang, 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 bang. They bang that bell so loudly. As to wake up God. Hey, I'm coming here. So the idea of a bell is nothing, it's not a sound of the bell is going to wake up the priest. And the Lord is awake, the priests are not awake there. And sometimes when hundreds of people go, you must see those. It's maddening. So that person who goes and gives a long litany of things, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. That God has gone run away. Even the bell, the bell has frightened him already. So unselfishness, that's what Swamiji says, unselfishness is God. He brought this out in a modern kind of way of saying it. Yagnyo vai Vishnu. And in this body, he says, I am the Lord of sacrifice. This is in the 8th chapter. Right? Yeah. So this yajna, dana, we have seen charity. It forms a part of sacrifice only. And we had seen how it means that there are 3 types of gifts, 3 levels of gifts. The gift of knowledge, the gift of life, and the gift of material things. Give this, give that, give this. The homeless are there without homes. Build homes. So, and then they are hungry and thirsty. Give them food. Give them. That's charity. So it is an acknowledgement of something that's larger than you. They need your attention and help also. So the gift, Annadan, Prandan, Vidyadan, the gift of life and the gift of knowledge. Even the gift of life is lower compared to the gift of knowledge, because if you give life, save somebody whose life is in ignorance, got useless. The gift of knowledge is the highest gift. So this is it. And then there is a distinction between the 3 gunas, sattva and rajas and tamas. So there are people who get tamasic gifts. They'll give little and they will expect so much in return. There are some who will give, it's painful. Why this Christmas season has to come? Give all these people gifts, and write postcards and gives that. And then we'll open the gift and see who has given what. Next time, I'm not going to give it. So this is the Rajasic, giving with great kind of difficulty and with pain. The Sattvic gift is just give it away. And the more you give, the more you'll receive. That's the idea. And without any expectations. So depends on where and what you are. But whatever you are, you will have to do sacrifices and charity. I'm tamasic, so I don't want to. No, you give. It's better to be charitable in your own way than not to be charitable at all. So yajna, dana, sacrifice, charity, and tapa. Tapa is austerity. And as we had discussed, austerity is, what is austerity? Oh, it's very austere. That person has got only 2 pairs of shoes. But they are expensive shoes. Only 2. Earlier, he had 20 pairs of shoes. Now it's very austere. He had 20 shirts and dresses, and now he's got only 3 or 4. Very austere. I mean, we are not talking about that kind. That is necessary, of course, but that's a very low-grade idea of austerity. Austerity, tapa, is actually to heat up. Tapa is to heat. Your higher nature is heated up by what you do. Now, Oliver is playing the saxophone. If Oliver keeps on playing and playing and playing and not here, Otherwise, there will be no Gita class. Practice and practice and practice. From 1 hour to 2 hours to 3 hours to 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours a day. And he is practicing austerities. It is not necessary, austerity, I'll take my beads and keep on counting. Anything you do repeatedly, over and over and over again, will sharpen your skills, concentrate your energies. It heats up your higher nature. The higher possibilities are open to you. That's the idea. So these possibilities are open up when you devote your time and energy to a particular thing over and over and over. A person may be dancing, ballet, or whatever, Bharatanatyam. So you see the amount of hard work that has gone into ballet. We see the final results. And you say, oh, that guy fell down. But you see how much has gone behind. Then that person will get up again and start. It is doing something like by holding it in a kind of a death-like grip. Holding it, not letting it go. The vice-like grip. Like your life depends on this. You keep on doing a thing over and over, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional or intellectual or whatever. It has to be done over and over and over. That is tapas. Of course. Now don't take me amiss. You keep on picking people's pockets over and over and over again. But you can do that, but then the results also will be like that. Okay. So I'm talking, you can understand, you're talking about things that are not prohibited by the scriptures. There are certain things which are prohibited by the scriptures. They don't do that. Don't waste your time killing people. You want to kill people? That's prohibited. Killing things, those are prohibited. Oh, that butcher is very expert. So, yajna, dana, tapa, karma. This work in the form of these yajna, dana, tapa. Na tyajam, should not be given up, should not be abandoned. And karyameva have to be done, performed. What is karyam? Your body and mind, and sometimes we think in one way, but we are speaking in another way, and our bodies are going in a different way. So, to bring all these things in alignment, the body, mind, and speech. What is yoga? Yoga is nothing but this. Sri Ramakrishna says, make your speech and your heart one. If you can do that, it becomes very powerful. You become powerful. You keep on telling lies, you see what happens? It will weaken you. Not only people will not trust you, of course. They will run away. Whenever they look at you, you go, run away. So, over and over and over, once we keep on doing a little thing, we get a power. And then your body and mind and your soul are aligned. That's what it is, yoga. You can call it opening the doors or anything, whatever. But this is something to bring all the disparate activities, physical, mental, and moral and intellectual, in line, in sync. This is it. So that is karyam eva tat, that is, have to be performed, not sloppily. Do it with attention. And that's what, if you pay attention to what you're doing, you got it. So that is karyam eva, that is, you have to work like that. Should not be given up, should be. Yajno danam tapascha eva. So yajna, sacrifices, dana, charity, and tapas, austerity. They're saying, pavanani, they are the purifiers. They purify. Like Christ says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Saying the whole of this thing Christ's message can be put in these simple things. All teachings, which religion says you start becoming impure, you will see God. They purify. Why is it purification? What purification? We had a bath here yesterday, and today also we had a bath. And purified. Oh, that is the most external part of purification. Yeah, in the old days, they never had soap, they had clay and all that kind of crazy things. They had soap, of course, clay with water, etc., external purification. What is important? The internal purification. The internal purification is important, but in between them, there is something called food. What is taken in is called food. Ahara. What is taken in. So Ramanujacharya, the great Acharya, so he gives a long list of things which makes you first understand certain foods are bad. All those tasty things? How? Yeah. Oh. How miserable it is to be a religious person. So he has given a long list of do's and don'ts. Oh my God. No wonder there are some religious orders that are so specific regarding the food question. And the whole of religion has become that food only business. It stands on food. Whether the food has been cooked in pure ghee with pure Ganges water, and the utensils are clean before that, prayed over that, is the fire well lit, all blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. Shankaracharya says nicely, what is taken in, well, we taken things through the eyes, to the ears, to everything, to our five senses, purify that. Now, how do you purify this? So Shankaracharya does not emphasize too much of the food question. Thank God for us. Because we are all Shankarites, So everything that comes in is tinged with either aversion or attachment. Everything. So if you remove these two feelings, this aversion and attachment, you will see the world as it is. Use everything. That will purify your food. That is the purification of the food. That which is taken in. And that which is taken in will then purify your mind. Because our bodies and minds work on these two principles. Either we like something or dislike something. Sometimes you swing like a pendulum side. Sometimes you swing the side. Sometimes we are here, okay. But then suddenly we go. It's called the great Raga and Dvesha. These two are the enemies. So, Vedanta simplifies things. So once you remove this attachment and aversion to things, your body itself likes certain things, dislikes certain things. Oh, I don't like that green color. But I like that red color. They're constantly judging things according to our likes and dislikes. So once you have eliminated this, your body and mind, which is working under nature's laws, is now brought under control. Now you are now mastering nature. So this is how that which is food which is taken in. And when the food is pure, the mind becomes pure. Ahara shuddho. In the Upanishads, say, when the food is pure, the mind becomes pure. And when the mind becomes pure, the memory of that being inside arises spontaneously. And when the memory of that being rises spontaneously, all bondages are broken. Hara Shuddha, Sattva Shuddhi, Sattva Shuddha, Dhruva Smriti. Smriti Grantha, Sarva Grantha, Vipramoksha. It's all the way. So this is how. So this purification is affected by you. Yes. And how? By doing this, sacrifices, charity, and austerities. Whether you like it or not, do it. I don't like to do it first. Then we'll see. Manishina, for the wise. Qualified, not for everybody. It's for everybody. But the wise ones know how to do it quickly. Oh, I've been doing so long. So, japa has been, I've been doing japa for 5 years. God has not come yet. If you really do japa for 1 year, sincerely, see what happens. So japa is a purifier also. Great purifier. To japa, your body and mind becomes pure. Meditation is a pure. So all these things, what is important, the scriptures emphasize internal purification is more important than the external purification. So it purifies the wise. The wise, yes. What is wisdom? Everybody thinks they are wise. I don't know, there's a saying, everybody is somebody's fool. Yeah, everybody is somebody's fool. However, it's open to everybody. It's not like only for the wise. These things are meant for the wise. A purifier is only for the wise. And does it make things for the others impure? No. So it is saying those who take this up are or will be wise. So the idea is Shankaracharya also says, those who do not seek results. Simple. Who the wise? Is that wisdom? Because whenever I work, I want something in return. Oh yeah, everybody wants. Otherwise, saying, even the great sages says, Nobody is willing to work without the idea of something that will come to us. Otherwise, it will not motivate anybody to work. The idea of, but here this is why do you need to do this? Because as I said, the entire creation or the entire existence works on this principle. If you can catch it quickly, you're wise. If you don't, so the wise will not go in for the small things. Like, oh, what is in it for me? What is that? That wise person is now not hankering for any results. I'm doing it because it has to be done. Somebody will have to do it. So there's one instance where the headquarters they were asking for volunteers to do a particular thing. No one is volunteering to, unpleasant thing. Then one Swami got up and said, I'll volunteer. But you, why should you do it? Well, it has to be done and someone has to do it. Because if those guys do it, they'll get into bigger trouble. Because they don't want to do this. And then the headquarters will insist. Then the first, they throw out the idea of it's voluntary. Then they will say, no, mandatory. So before it comes down to the mandatory, I'll save somebody a little trouble. So that person stands in the line of fire. How many of us can do that? We are the first ones who will run away. There are so many examples, but can you sacrifice 20 people or one person to die, etc.? But saving somebody's life is considered very high. Giving your life for someone is even considered even higher. Can you give your life? People will say, I'll give my life to you. And when it comes, nah. You have doubts. So sacrificing your life is the highest form of life. Give. So these are the wise people. They take it on themselves to save others at times. And they don't seek anything from it. Why? It's my nature. There is that parable of a holy person was bathing in the Ganges, and he sees a scorpion being dragged by the current, and he wants to save it. He cups the scorpion in the hand, and the scorpion stings. And with that sudden jerk, he releases because it's painful. So, and again, it was floating, it was being drowned. Picks it up again. Again, the scorpion stings. Keeps on. A stander by. Why do you do that? Let it go. So he's saying, if the scorpion cannot give up its nature of stinging, why should I give up my nature of helping? So they do not get out of their natural way of working and doing things. When we will always seek something or the other. We are doing something unnaturally. So this is Yajno Danam Tapaschaiva Pavanani Manisha. These are the purifiers of the wise. And as Christ says, blessed are the pure in heart. They shall see God. You'll see God. What is this God business? You will see the entire world, universe, all life is connected to you, and all this life is connected to God. In fact, people say, we do not see God, and so God does not exist. A fine proposition. Yeah, sometimes I'll say, you know where God is? Now we experience God every time, every day, every single moment. You know where? How? You feel alive? You're feeling God. If you don't feel alive, you're feeling dead, you're not feeling God. So this life, Swami Vivekananda says, it is not life, it is coined into life. This life that you have, it is one with love. Now we love our own individual existence, sometimes something else. Oh, I like some this. So life always seeks other life. Why do you think all these crazy things about whether they're aliens and all? Why? Is there life? At the background of all this is life searching life. Life creates life. Life is enhanced by life. You put a person who's depressed in a group of 10 people, that person, depression will go off. Yeah, you see? So this is the first thing you catch, prana, life. You feel like alive? That is one aspect of that Godhead. And this aspect of Godhead, which you feel alive, you experience, feel alive. That is of the nature of sacrifice. And that is God. Don't go on saying now there is no God. And I say that person is dead. You feel alive, you're feeling God. So that's why it is the most known. God is the most known. And we have made it the most unknown. The most known thing in this world. If you feel life, it's there. So, love. I feel love so much. I am so in love with everything. And that love will make you do all this sacrifice, charity, and austerity. Nothing else. This is what will make you do it. So this love and this life. And life has another aspect. You know what? It's conscious. Here it is. What is this conscious? Oh, God is that consciousness. We are searching for consciousness. Everywhere is consciousness. Here it is. That's why Swamiji in one of his later poems, everywhere is the same God. These are his forms before thee. Everywhere it's all love. But we have cheapened it out. We have made things muddied. We have made things narrow. So this is what, when you open it up through this sacrifice, charity, and austerity, you're opening yourself up, becoming one. Why is the fear of death? Oh, when we die, what will happen? If you are feeling one with all life, what is death to you? What is that nonsense thing called death thing? Is there life after death? There are the small books, no? Life after death. And everybody is buying that book. Life after death. Is there life after death? You write any book? I've been thinking of writing a book. Life after death. Is there life after death? Something like that. You see that that idea of death has become so powerful, so huge in our minds, because we see death everywhere, but death has no power over life. It is just a transition. In fact, death is an aspect of life. Why should you get frightened? I'm not afraid of life. Of course. And you shouldn't be afraid of death also. What is this? This is what Vedanta says. Even if there's one life in this universe and everything else is gone, I will continue to live. So it is God that is the life of our life. We say, no, oh, you are the life of my life, the mind of my mind, the soul of my soul. That's what it means. This is that great life that we all are participants in the sacrifice. And once you can get this, you are pure, you are wise. I think this verse is kind of, I'll leave some time towards the end if there's any questions. The next one, but even these actions have to be undertaken by renouncing attachment and hankering for results. This is my firm and best conclusion, O Partha. Now this is my firm and best conclusion. God himself is saying, this is my best piece of advice. You want piece of advice? Yeah. Do this. Is this your grade 1 or grade 2 or grade 3, grade 4 advice, instructions? No, this is my best, he says. And my firm and my best, you can say, conclusion. So after this, there's no conclusion. They will say, no, to be continued. Not to be continued. This is the conclusion. All these, what etani, all these, what's it? Sacrifices, charity, and austerities, tapas, all the etani, have to be performed by giving up attachment and the hankering for results. The hankering is in parenthesis. Etanyapi tu karmani sangam tyakva falani cha kartavyani me partha nischitam matamuttamam. Matam is uttamam. There are two words. Swami Ranganathan used to say there are two words. Matam, opinion, and tatam, reality. So sometimes reality is something that you might have a different idea of reality, matam. But here, matam, the idea, the attitude, the motive, and the reality is one. Matam, the reality. And this is the best and the firmest conclusion. So all these three things. Why three things? They are all interlinked. So you can take them as one, a hyphen. Sacrifices, charity, and austerity, lump them together, have to be undertaken without any attachments. You keep on working and you get attached. Oh, it is very difficult. Yes. You don't know how you get attached. You do one small thing and then you like it. Do it again, caught. Maya catches you. Yes, it is sometimes, it is not the work itself, it is attachment that makes you miserable. That's why I think it was Swami Vivekananda. He was in Paris. He was walking in the streets of Paris and he sees a face of a very beautiful woman. He looks at her and then he turns to look again. Imagine Swami Vivekananda. Then he looks and what he sees now? That face, that beautiful face had become like a monkey's face. That beauty was just a mask type. He saw behind the face. So, the second time, he never got caught. Otherwise, he would have got caught. He would have said, forget going to India. Let me stay in Paris. Paris is a place of fashion and perfumes and food and everything. Not now, of course, in those days. So, you do one thing, all right. You do it the second time, nature catches you. And then Swami Vivekananda says, then we glorify that attachment. Sacred texts are read after it, over it. And men earnestly kill and rob each other for the sake of this religious duty. And they call it religious duty. Oh, you must be dutiful to this, dutiful to this. It's simply attachment. So, you do something, you get caught. Now, all right, we are all caught. Now, what do you do? What can you do about it? Offer that thing to God. That's an idea of sacrifice. Then you're out of this attachment. I'm doing it for God. For you, yeah, I'm attached. See how much attached you are? I'm attached to God. I'm doing it for God. So, otherwise, it's a terrible place. If you look at it like that, there was one Swami, one holy person who used to come. I think he was in Dakshineshwar, or Shri Ramakrishna mentions him. He never used to look at a thing twice. And used to carry a prism around. So he used to, everything is diffracted. Yeah. And that later on, of course, you will see only the Lord. Yeah. People who get attached don't realize that you get attached to that divinity there within that person. But you forget the divinity and you're this. So, Etanyapitu kar sangam, that is the sang, this is the attachment. And this world, there is no thing in this universe which is single. Isolated, vacuum, it is cut away from there. Everything, it has a relationship with each and everything. There is nothing single in the universe. As Swami Vivekananda says, if you drag an atom, you will have to drag the whole universe along with it. You cannot just drag one atom out. You have to drag the whole universe. So similarly, this attachment is like natural. It's a part of nature and all. And yet, we have to be attached to God. And when you attach to God, oh, God is doing that, all these things. So why should I bother about getting the results? That's why Tyakva Phalanija, giving up all results. Swami Vivekananda says, a prayer, in search of wealth in this world, thou art the only wealth I have found. I sacrifice myself unto thee. In search of someone to be loved, thou art the only one, beloved, I have found. I sacrifice myself unto thee. Nothing for me, good, bad, or indifferent. I sacrifice all unto thee. End of quote. That is what it is. And this is what life is. You keep life in that corner, cut away from everything, it will die. So your life itself is going out. And if you're alone, people say, no, now everybody is young and old, they're all busy with their... Why shouldn't you? That is life. Life in the sense, not... life will seek to go out. It has to spread. Why do we have to send spacecrafts and all useless? These robots and all this Mars and why? Waste of money. You could have fed all these poor people here. That's the nature of life, to go and spread out. We are sending a machines, and now we are talking about let's go build a colony on Moon colony, on Mars colony. Better get your lot of land there. Okay. Advance. So the very idea of life is to spread, to search, to know. So this life is in the process of knowing itself. And outside there's a vast panorama of life. Sometimes you find life so shockingly intelligent. You noticed? Notice a centipede or a spider. Oh, how intelligent this is. And building this web and building this and building that. It's one of the most remarkable things that you'll find intelligence everywhere. So wherever there's life, there's intelligence. Intelligent life. That's why we are searching for aliens. Why? Are they more intelligent than us? Then we are in big trouble. If they are dumber than us, no problem. We'll take them for a ride. Yeah, that's what. If they are intelligent, gone. They'll destroy us. So this life is in the process of knowing itself. And as you expand, you know more about yourself. The more you expand, the more you know about yourself. And then when it keeps on expanding, correspondingly, it becomes deeper also. It gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Then you find, oh my God. Then you'll find there is only one life, and that life is that of God. So if you are living, God is also a living entity. Oh yeah. Vishnu sometimes goes to sleep. He's sleeping, but he's alive. Shiva is sometimes meditating, but he's alive. That is it. You don't worship dead gods. You notice? Oh, that God is a dead God. Even the God of death, Yama, he's alive. Yeah. Say, come on. I'll give you another chance of life. Come on. So slowly, the more you know yourself, the more you spread out, the more deeper you get. And that is what is called religion. Without being religious. You know, Shri Ramakrishna did not like all these, the marks on the forehead and all these religious marks all over the place. You think some of these things are hypocritical. Yeah. So sometimes you'll find, all the Swami Vivekananda said, you can paint yourself like a tiger also. That will not make you religious. What will make you religious is this. And this sacrifice, charity, and austerity are integral to your life, integral to the world, integral to God, because they are God himself. So you will find God in this. You won't find it. We are going searching everywhere. There's that Puranic story in the mythology. I think I told you all. So Vishnu, after creating this whole world, he was tired. Like God, Jehovah. 6 days he worked and 7 days he rested. So you also take a holiday. Tomorrow is Sunday. You can take a day off. God also. I think God is taking a day off. So this God, as he creates, as I said, God is continuously creating. This creation is a continuous creation. That is what is called sustaining it. And so it's a ceaseless activity. That activity is God. And the activity belongs to God. And because God's activity, you are alive. And now what you do is, do what God is doing. God knows. Yeah, God knows. This will come. So when that attachment to your own small world is broken, you will see the larger picture. And in this larger picture, you will find the final mystery, which is done through sacrifices, charity, austerity. So the commentator has given a long discussion whether these are to be performed daily or what, etc. We are not bothered about that. They have to be performed not only daily, but they have to be performed all the time. When it becomes as natural as breathing, then it becomes something which is your nature. And when it becomes your nature, that is your divine nature. What's your nature? Oh, my nature is to eat, drink, and sleep. No. That's not your nature. Or to go and hit somebody. That's not, no. What is my nature? Your nature is divinity. You come back home, you come back to your divine nature. There it stops. There you are one with God. There you will become one with that Lord of the sacrifice. The Lord of the sacrifice is one. You become one with that. As you become one, I'll stop here for questions if there are questions. I think after this,
charity is also some kind of sacrifice.
oh yeah, definitely charity. Why is it said separately? It's not here, not in this. Three things: sacrifice, charity, and austerity. But if you have one, you'll get the other two. Buy one, get three free. Get two free. So take one, you'll get the other two. You become charitable because that is a form of austerity. That is also a form of sacrifice. Yeah, buy one, get two free. So it is like, yeah.
Christianity, there is theological virtues of faith, hope, and charity. And their charity is for the love, God, love, creation.
Yeah.
And so on. It's the same thing. Because the one thing that's sort of incremental in that framework is hope.
Hope also, yeah, you can hope and hope and hope. There's always the idea of, yes, hope is something that is in the human mind. You always hope. Charity, where charity is concerned, every religion has instituted the idea of charity. Islam, there's charity. Buddhism, there's charity. Christianity, everywhere. You see, these people, when they began this religion, they were not kind of bringing out something from the air. They really thought about it, they realized it, and they said, this is what. So it is not only beneficial to society, to other life, it's beneficial to you also. It will purify you and take you to God. So, I'm not charitable, but I hope to be charitable in the near future. Nah. Or if I have 10 million, I can donate 1 million. I'll hope for 10 million first. But these are great virtues: faith, hope, and charity. Yes, they form the you can say, foundational ethics in Christianity. And in some form or the other, you'll find them in all religions. Asha, hope, faith, Shraddha, Dana, charity. Yeah, so even if you practice one of these virtues sincerely, you don't have to have a string of virtues. Just one. The others will come by themselves. So hope also, what happens is there are people who give up hope, Oh, it's useless. It's hopeless. No. Hope is what keeps you alive, keeps you going. So hope is very important. And it's necessary. Because look around, you read a newspaper, you see the news, hopeless. The world looks like tomorrow it's going to get exterminated. There's no hope for the world. Yet we hope that there will be a tomorrow, a better tomorrow. So that hope is always there. Hope springs eternal in a human heart. This is one of the aspects of life. Faith, Swamiji says, faith in oneself, faith in God, faith in oneself. Saying if you have faith in the 330 crore gods, that is 3.3 billion gods, and if you have no faith in yourself, there's no salvation for you. So he talks about faith. Now, what is faith? Now, don't divorce it from knowledge. It's a blind faith. What blind faith? You pin your hope or your knowledge that there in this library, if you have come to the library, there are no books at all. But you have faith that you have come to a library, there must be some books somewhere. When you go out, there will be plenty of books. So faith is a type of knowledge. You know. That's why he's saying, people have, do you have faith in God? Oh, in a way, you are not only you have a knowledge of God. Why? Have you seen God? Like we have discussed now, what is God? Oh no, that guy has seen God. Oh really? And then that guy, this one, oh really? A whole host of people have seen God, yeah. So you have faith in their words. That is faith. It's a type of knowledge. Okay. And of course, charity. Everyone. Because we humans are not new. Yeah? We have spent about 150 or 200,000 years. We have done experiments with many things. All the things we have experimented with. We are not new here. We have been coming over and over again. Okay, that's another different thing. The rebirth, coming back. But as a species, as a human race, we are pretty old here. And we have picked up certain principles through a long journey and found it indispensable for life to flourish. So if everybody is charitable, see, it can change society. If nobody is charitable, you see what happens to society. Yes, they saw the effects.
So Swamiji, is charity then just always giving $1 out of your $10, or can it also be a gift of time, a gift of
Of
love?
course. Gift of love, gift of time, gift of energy, even a kind word.
Is charity.
Of
Charity,
course.
yeah.
It's not only on the monetary, oh, you must give, I've done my duty. No, it's not like that.
Because I think during Ramadan, I've heard some of my Muslim friends say that we do zakat, like giving money, but I think in the broader sense of the term, it also includes the gift of love, the gift of time.
Yes. Zakat is introduced in Islam long time back. Because these were very close-knit communities. They were rustic, but they understood that you have to contribute to the others' welfare. So you have to, like tithing, you have to have part of your. That was a religious duty. There are some religious denominations, even in the US, especially in the US, they believe in tithing. That is 1/10 or 1/100th of your whatever you earn has to be given to the church or whatever, or to charity. So in Hinduism, forgot to mention it, we have these 5 great sacrifices. Sacrifices to the rishis, sacrifices to the gods, sacrifice to the ancestors, sacrifice to other humans, and sacrifice for the lower beings. So these sacrifices, when we were young, I remember we could not eat straight from the plate. We used to, but then the elders used to say, take a morsel, keep it aside. Take another morsel, keep it aside. So we used to make our morsel as small as possible.
So leave some to the crows for the.
Yeah, crows and birds and whatever. The idea was sacrifice to the rishis, to the sages. Why? Because they gave us the scriptures. So how do you sacrifice to the rishis? Oh, simple. Study what they have given you. So studying the Vedas was a sacrifice. You honor their memory and honor what they have left for you. Sacrifice to the gods? Oh, of course. Because the gods are giving us things and we have to sacrifice them. Because it's a interchangeable world. If they don't give, you cannot give. So you keep on giving it to them. So prayers, worship, etc., sacrifice to the gods. Sacrifice to the ancestors, oh, they are gone. Oh, but they have left you all here. Not only your ancestors. They gave you their own genetic material and they have left. Oh, they give you that all that knowledge that generational knowledge, and they imagine you're going to start new without any knowledge from the past. You're gone. You'll die. So all these things that they have left for you, you've got to be grateful for them. So that's sacrifice to the ancestors. Sacrifice to human beings. Social work. And sacrifice for the lower beings, the environment. So it covered heaven, the lower heaven, this earth, and everything in it. So it was called sacrifice to the rishis, sacrifice to the gods, sacrifice to the ancestors, sacrifice to society or the human beings, sacrifice for the lower beings. This person is now comprehensive. What do you mean comprehensive? That person has expanded to all these regions. That person cannot be confined here only. That person's influence has reached up to the gods, to the ancestors, to the rishis. One has become cosmic. So these are great sacrifices, 5 great sacrifices. Why they're great? Not because they'll make you great. They make you great. Not in that ordinary sense of the term. But it will expand you. The sacrifices expands you too. And so many people say, oh, Vedanta is so impractical. No. What you hear on YouTube is all impractical. It's one of the most practical philosophies. And these 5 great sacrifices are the practical limbs of that theory that we know. How do you do it? Those are 5 great sacrifices. It's called the Pancha Mahayagnya, the 5 great sacrifices. Even if a little of this humanity can do even 1 or 2 or 3 sacrifices, we'll have a different world together.